Hi. Lance Secretan once defined authenticity as the alignment of the head, the mouth, the heart, and the feet. Thinking, saying, feeling, and doing exactly as you say consistently. This builds trust, and followers love leaders they can trust. I would like to also add two things. First off, leaders love followers they can trust as well. Thank you, Lance. And secondly, authenticity is really the one word in the dictionary that I just wish there were a blank space sitting right next to it. The question is, what does authenticity mean to you? I'd like to ask you all to join me on a journey today. It's a journey back to those super awkward times of the 6th and 7th grade dances. You guys remember them. You can feel it. You're getting ready to go to the dance, and as you're walking in the door, you can hear the music just pulsating inside your body. And you're dying to get on the dance floor, right? Maybe I'm alone, right? For me, being raised Jewish, unfortunately sometimes, I was given way too many opportunities, just like this dance. I went to tons of bar and bat mitzvahs, and of course after the service, there's the after party. And there were thousands of them, or so it seemed at the time. I remember one in particular that I'm getting ready for the dance, or the party. I'm throwing on my dad's old button-down that's probably 2 sizes too large, as are the slacks and the shoes. Getting dropped off at the party, and I'm walking down the hall, and again, you can hear the music. You can feel the pulsating inside your body, but you can feel the bass of the music. You see the lights blaring. And all of a sudden, everything stops. Everything goes silent. It's like the electricity turned off. But then this thought comes to mind. You know what? I've always wanted to dance. I've been dying to get on the dance floor ever since I started going to these super awkward dances. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to have the time of my life. And more importantly, I'm going to relinquish all control of what others think of me. That's the hard part. And I did. Right there on the dance floor that night, I discovered myself. I experienced true happiness. Everything was peaceful. I didn't care what anybody else thought about me. And here's the kicker. Everyone joined me. All of those super awkward 6th and 7th grade teenagers. Anybody have one of those dance floor moments? 12, 13 years old, you just feel like you discover yourself? Everything changed for me after that time. And I call it that time because a new life started. What I understand today as the inauthentic self. It was the complete opposite of that truly joyful teenager who found himself on the dance floor that night. I became a liar, a cheat, a thief. I became a thug. And worst off, I lost all self-confidence. I slipped deeper and deeper into a state of depression. Experimenting with drugs and alcohol is an understatement. I did everything in my power to cover up that insecurity that was going on inside of me. I experienced a state of mind for years. At some point, I decided it was time to stop experimenting. But the self-consciousness was still there. I thought that was my solution. But it was still there, just deep down inside of me, like this pit. But I knew that there was a different life. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get back to that dance floor. I'll never forget, a couple of friends and I went out to a cabin one night, my family's cabin, and my friend brought his newborn baby. And I don't know what it was, but there it was again, staring me right in the face. It was myself. It was my authentic self. All of a sudden, I turned to mush with this newborn baby. And I'll never forget, a friend friend of mine, Mokhtar, approaching me after that weekend. And he said to me the second most profound thing I had ever heard. He said, Chad, if you could be like that all the time, like you were with this baby, everyone would love you. What he was calling on was my true authentic self. And what he knew was what I knew deep down inside, is that because I wasn't authentic, people didn't want to be around me. Again, everything changed. I'll never forget being able to hear the birds chirping for the first time in my life. I started to be able to appreciate every moment, all of those beautiful little nuggets that life has to offer. You know, it's interesting. I came across a statistic the other day from the Center for Disease Control that said 4 out of 10 Americans feel like they have not discovered a life's purpose. That's 40% of us. How many people are there just in the States alone? What is it, 300 million? That's a lot of people. Now, of course, you guys have all found yourself, but everybody outside of the TED conference, right? I mean, that's almost every other person that you meet has not discovered a life's purpose. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to go on living like that. I can't. I have to find passion. I have to love what I do every single day. And I'm begging you, please do the same. Find that authentic self. What does that look like? What was that dance floor moment for you? What does that baby look like to you? I want to finish today with a very simple and yet extremely difficult question, a question that I carry with me every day and that I encourage every one of you to carry with you through the rest of this conference and hopefully every day from there on out. That question is, who are you? Thank you.